What's up with you? For today's video, we're the full Cubone Evolution team. Checkosaurus, this one is for you. Thank you very much for being a Patreon. So we've got Cubone, Marowak, and Marowak Alola as a Pokemon on this team. To make things a little bit easier, I did a team of 6 with the normals and the shiny Pokemon. If you like your own custom theme team or Pokemon sweep, you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/PIMPNITE. The link is in the description of the video and it's a pinned comment as well. Tier 2 and above. Big shout out to all my patrons for all the support over the years. So we got 2 battles today. This one was getting hunted down. I believe this was on my Twitch stream. Now normally it's very trolling team, so I had to be on my guard, right? So Dragapult as the lead was really rare and new. I've never ever seen that in my life. So we got a Marowak lead here. This Marowak is going to be a scummy fissure set with Stomping Tantrum, Smackdown, and Thunder Punch for a little bit of coverage. Max health and max attack. Now, firstly, right, you go for Fissure, right? If Fissure lands, you get a salty one-hit KO. But if it doesn't land, it's not the end of the world, right? Because you can go for a double base power Stomping Tantrum, which is very hard, right? Unfortunately, we got a Dragapult with Dragon Dance, Last Resort, and Normal Gem at the same time, and there's no way in this wide world of Marowaks I'm going to be living that one. So that's going to go down. However, that's given me a little clue into what this set is, right? Because Last Resort, you can only use, you have to use all the moves, right? So I know its only attacking move is Last Resort. So let's go into my Alola Marowak. Now, this is a Fire Spin Toxic Trapping set. Max health, max defense, bold nature, and I've got this just to trap the opponents in, right? Now, I've also got rest of this one, and I've also got Hex as well. So Hex obviously stacks with the opponent being poisoned. So you get the double base power on Hex. You get the opponent being trapped in by Fire Spin, which is the tiny Gorgeist here. And you can also go for the Toxic, right? So the opponent really doesn't last long, except if they've got some like major bulk or major sustain, right? Or to just like destroy you in one shot, right? I love how Marowak like swivels its little bone around there and attacks. Looks absolutely awesome. Always like brings me back to the time in Generation 7 when the the Marowak photo bomber. That was really funny. I like that part. So we got the Gorgeist. It's poisoned. It's trapped in by Fire Spin. I'm guessing a Ghost type move is definitely coming my way eventually. Like, there's no reason to have swapped the tiny little Gorgeist in otherwise, right? So here comes the Shadow Ball here. I was like, oh man, I'm defensive, not really special defensive. It hits me like a truck, right? But I managed to live on 39 health just due to my max health there. Going for that double base power Hex, and Gorgeist is going to be going down there. It's going to get sliced up for Halloween. So the next Pokemon here, I was thinking, well, it's not going to be Dragapult, right? I know that's got Last Resort. So if I keep one of my Ghost Marowaks alive, I've got it right. I just don't want to go down to the Last Resort again. So the next Pokemon to come in here is another Ghost type. You might be able to see the theme team here. It's a Gengar. It's going to take me out with a Shadow Claw. It's a physical Gengar. So I was like, all right, a little bit of physical Gengar, right? So it's got the Life Orb as the item. I'm going to bring in my Cubone here. Now this Cubone was a interesting set right now. Let me go over this one. So we've got Endeavor, Protect, Icy Wind, and Thunder Punch. Now, the idea with this set, right, is to get the opponent to get you down to 1 health. You obviously go for Icy Wind the first time if the opponent's very fast, or you can just opt to go for the Endeavor. Now, the problem about this set, right, is I'm facing a mono, like, Ghost type team, so I can't even make use of this set. So the best thing I could possibly do here, right, is to go for the Icy Wind and to try and drop its speed. Now, you could actually go for the Icy Wind and then Thunder Punch as well for the Paralyze. So that was sort of the idea there. So we got I'd say max attack on this one, and I've also got max special attack. So we got G-Spot Gengar here. It's going to be open its mouth wide there. I gotta take this out, right? So going for the Icy Wind, I gotta slow the Gengar down, right? Gengar's got some really nice speed there. So maybe I can bring in another of my Pokemon. And then, of course, I get Curse Bodied right away. It always happens like with Curse Body. Whenever I come across a Pokemon with Curse Body, usually it's on the, I'd say it's the first or the second attack there that I get Curse Bodied, right? So I can go for a Thunder Punch there, and also can go for Protect there. Maybe stall out this Gengar like one more turn, right? So Cubone is going to be going for Protect there. Sometimes you got to use Protection, and we got the Gengar here going for a Max Knuckle. So the Gengar's obviously trying to boost his attack, right, with the Max Knuckle there. Brings me back to all the times I've used physical Gengar. It's not too bad, right? I think I had like Drain Punch, Shadow Claw, like moves like that, and just a poison type. I think I had Poison Jab as the other move, right? So I can't do a lot here. I'm just going to go for Thunder Punch. Gengar's definitely got to outspeed me and take me out here. I would have liked to get like a Thunder Punch up against it, but of course, like Cubone is not exactly what you call the fastest Pokemon in the world. So I would have needed like a Paralyze and like an Icy Wind speed drop there as well. So Gengar is going to get yet another attack rise, and I'm at the stage I'm facing down a physical Gengar with Life Orb as well and like +2 in attack. So bring in my other Cubone here. This is actually a Focus Sash counter set, but once again, I'm versing all these Ghost type Pokemon and I can't do anything against them, right? However, I have got Bulldoze on this set and I've also got Mimic and Protect. Now this is a max attack and max speed Cubone, right? This was actually pretty fun to use Mimic with as well, so you get that one all the way from Generation 1. So here comes a Drain Punch here. I'm going to be leaving on 1 health. Now the problem here is Gengar is going to get a lot of health back from that Drain Punch, right? And it's going to be back at full health. So it's like, okay, I wonder how much Bulldoze will do. Hopefully I can outspeed the Gengar because I've already hit it with the Icy Wind, right? So Bulldoze does a lot of damage there. For some reason, Bulldoze, just in my opinion, actually looks a lot better than Earthquake. So of course, Earthquake, not Earthquake, Bulldoze, right? Bulldoze is going to get Curse Body the first turn there. Man, it always happens. So going for Protect, I'm trying to stall out the Curse Body on this Gengar, but things are not looking too good at the moment. And then the Gengar went for a Self-Destruct. That was so lucky there. I'm guessing they assumed that I had another move outside of the Bulldoze there to take the Gengar out, and they just went for a last-minute self-destruct. So that was a very salty KO there from the Gengar. Next Pokemon here, we got is Giratina, and in this case, I think Giratina is going to be a Giratina winner because I've only got 1 health left. So here comes the Dragon Breath from the Giratina, and Cubone is going to be going down to that one, right? So bye-bye Cubone, but you took the Gengar out. Actually, the Gengar took itself out, right? Galaxy Brain. Next Pokemon here is the Marowak. Now, this was actually the Marowak from the Marowak sweep recently on my channel. If you haven't actually watched that one, you should. This is my Belly Drum Marowak Citrus Berry set. Now, I thought about putting Thick Club on this, but I thought, no, that's going to be way too overpowered. Like, after a Belly Drum, it's going to be like crazy amounts of attack. Now, this one was a Belly Drum set. We've got Aerial Ace in this one for Dynamax. Doing like boosted speed and stuff like that. So getting a nice free beautiful swap there. I know this Dragapult only has last resort as this attacking move here, so I can easily slide that Dynamax and go for a max Airstream here with +6 at attack. Now the EVs on this Marowak were max attack and max speed there. I gave it Jolly Nature, right? Actually, no, I think I gave it Adamant Nature because I wanted to get the most out of an attack, right? Now, you can definitely get this Thick Club. It's basically made for Marowak, right? But I didn't, once again, I didn't really want to there. I gave it Citrus Berry for, like, Belly Drum instead, right? Maybe I needed a little bit of extra health, so I thought it'd come in handy. And let's face it, when you're at +6, you're doing a lot of damage, right? So Dragapult's going to go for its Dragon Dance there. I'm going to be going for the Max Airstream, and that is going to be doing a lot of damage, taking the Dragapult out in one shot. So, my opponent is in a world of trouble right here. I've got +6 in attack and +1 in speed. Now, I've still got one more Marowak up my sleeve. So, the next Pokemon is Cursola. So, Cursola. I wonder how this is going to, like, what's this going to do? Does it have, like, Focus Sash or something like that? I've got Max Rockfall here, and I've got Max Quake. I was like, let's just drop this big old rock on Cursola, right, and get that sand flow on there. So I'm going to drop Stone Journey's cousin on top of Cursola, and it's going to go down in one shot, which is very, very good, right? Now, we got rid of the Cursola, and there is a Giratina left. I was only thinking, well, Giratina is going to probably be the bulkiest on their team, right? Outside of Giratina and maybe Gorgeous is not too much bulk, right? So in comes the Giratina there. I'm just going to go for exactly the same move here, and which is going to be my Max Rockfall, right? There's no point going for Max Airstream because I know that I can outspeed the rest of the team, right? So Max Quake, Max Rockfall, basically one of those two moves was going to work, right? So go for that Max Quake there. We got the +6 in attack and the +1 in speed, and Giratina tanks them. Man, it's so thick there, right? It's definitely max health and possibly max defense. So here comes the Will-O-Wisp, and it's going to burn my Marowak. So that is actually going to shut down my Marowak a fair bit there. I mean, it did take a lot of Pokemon out, so it wasn't like super, super bad, but I got a feeling that one of the Pokemon may be able to live here at the end. We'll see, though. We've still got +6 in attack. So I'm going to eat my citrus berry there and get a little bit of my health back there. I mean, hell, even lumberry could work there too. But I felt that citrus berry could work there with belly drum, you know. And now Marowak is definitely going to be able to take the Giratina out. I've got Bonerang on this one too, and Rockslide. So I went for the Bonerang because, you know, it's a Cubone evolution team. I've got to use bone moves as much as possible. Wait, where did that bone come from? Did you see that? It like threw the blade. Somehow it threw the bone, but the bone, it looked like it went into its left hand, but there's no bone in there. I gotta watch that again. So Mimikyu's gonna slide in here. This is the last Pokemon for the Mono Ghost team. I was like, you know what? This is really good. I can go for Bonerang and basically get rid of the disguise, and then, right, I can hit it again. So Mimikyu's going to outspeed me here and go for the curse, putting a curse upon itself, which is going to be really bad, right, because the Marowak has got its +6 at attack, so I don't really want to swap it out, and plus I'm burned too. So here comes the Bonerang here. Firstly, we're going to break the disguise. That disguise is going to be busted there, and the next hit is going to make contact with the Mimikyu. Let me watch this bone again. Let me watch it real quick. I'm watching this bone intently. Wait, it threw another bone? It's like that. Maybe it's meant to be coming back into its hand. Like it somehow, I don't know, gets it back into its right hand. I'm not sure. Where does that bone come from, people? Enlighten me. So we got the Marowak getting hit there by the curse. And I've also got some, you know, some damage there on the Will-O-Wisp. So I was like, okay, this is still fine. I can just attack the Mimikyu here and take it out with Air Away. So that's cool. And then Mimikyu has Protect. I had a feeling it might have Protect with Curse there. And Marowak is going to go down. So not much I could have done there. And no point swapping, right? I was burned. I had +6 attack. Marowak's best job there was already done. So bye-bye Marowak. I do have one more Pokemon left, and that is going to be my other Marowak Alola. I've always liked Curse. It's a really, really cool move. It's interesting. And I like how it sort of differs on Ghost Pokemon. Like, you actually put the Curse on yourself in comparison to, you know, the normal effects of Curse on a non-Ghost Pokemon, right? Okay, into Marowak. Now, this is a Max Health, Max Special Attack Modest set with Fire Mist, Blizzard Mist, Ancient Power, and Shadow Ball with the Choice Specs Modest Nature. We're going to be going for the any attacking move will take this out, Shadow Ball, and then Mimikyu takes the freaking Destiny Bond up to my Marowak, and obviously it's going to take it out with a Shadow Ball there. That, my friends, is the first battle there. Now, it actually was a draw, but since I took the Mimikyu out first, the game gave me the dub there. But thank you for the battle hunt. I knew you'd troll me sometime there, and it was the Destiny Bond and Mimikyu. Now, if that Bonerang actually missed against the Mimikyu, that would have been really, really bad too, because it still could have had the disguise up. Okay, next battle. Battle number 2, this one was against Dark. I'm not sure if this was on the stream or if it was on the Wycom, because I did this same a little while ago. This was pretty funny. Now, we got a Grimmsnarl here, and I've got my Cubone. It's like, okay, Cubone. Maybe I could go for a Protect here just to see what the moves are going to use. I might be able to get a counter KO. So Cubone's going to go for that Protect there. Let's see what move it's going to use. Now Grimmsnarl's going to go for a Metronome. Prankster Metronome. And then things were starting to run through my mind right. This Galaxy Brain mind was like running overtime. I can go for a Mimic and Mimic Metronome with my Cubone, right? If I can pull this off, this will be so funny, right? So here comes a Metronome from the Grimmsnarl here, and Grimmsnarl is going to use Flatter, so it's going to flatter my Cubone for being such a powerful Pokemon there. And anyway, I can go for the Mimic here. I'm hoping that I don't actually hit myself in confusion, because that would suck. I really want to get the Metronome as my move here. So going for Mimic, I get through the scummy confusion, and I learn Metronome on my Cubone, which is absolutely awesome. Like, this is going to be turning into a Metronome battle now, people. I got to do it right. I got to get this Horn Drill or something like that, bro. So Grimmsnarl's going to go for Metronome here, and we got a Metronome battle. Sort of makes me miss doing Metronome battles. When was the last one I did? I think it was for Christmas I did the last Metronome battle. Anyway, I'm going to be wiggling my little finger there, and I'm going to go for Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon Cubone only on PIMPNITE's channel, people. That's the only place you're going to see these memes. I actually did a little post there on Twitter, and people were wondering how Cubone got Hydro Cannon, and that is how it got it, through Mimic and Metronome. So here we go. Grimmsnarl's going to use Milk Drink here, and it's going to drink its milk there. You got to drink your milk, people. Keep those bones nice and strong, or keep that little bone there nice and strong. So the Tailwind is going to go here. Not that it really matters, because Grimmsnarl is relying on Prankster to go first, I believe, with Metronome, and it's going to use Electro Web. Now, I was thinking right here, what would be the chances that our friend Grimmsnarl over there would use a physical move? And if it did use a physical move against my Cubone, it would do a lot. So maybe I should go for counter, right? So we got Auto Demise on the Grimmsnarl. That's going to boost its speed. I'm starting to think it might be a good idea just to keep going for counter, because I could get a counter KO like on any sort of physical move, right? So going for another Metronome here while I was thinking about that, and it gets Fissure, and Fissure misses. Man, that would have been so gold if it landed here. So Grimmsnarl's going to go for a Rock Polish. It's got +4 in speed now. This is probably like the fastest Grimmsnarl you ever see in your life, right? And probably like you'd probably never ever see her on there. So I'm going to start going for counter now. I'm hoping that Grimmsnarl is going to get a physical move. It's so good if it does. And then it pops a Waterfall. I'm like, man, this is like, I just won the lottery here, right? Because Cubone has got a Focus Sash as its item there, and counter is going to get the Grimmsnarl. What an amazing matchup there for the first turn. Battle, like the Cubone versus Grimmsnarl, only on PIMPNITE channel, people. So the next Pokemon to come in is Flower, and that's going to be the Eevee. So, Eevee's going to shudder a little bit, obviously because I got Metronome, right? So go for Metronome here against the Eevee, and I get Drill Run. I'm like, man, that's actually a pretty good move there on the Cubone, right? So I do about half damage to Eevee, so I was happy with that. Now we got the Eevee going for a Focused Energy there. So obviously Eevee's trying to get some, some critical hits going, some sort of scum, I'm not sure. So hoping I get another physical move. I might be able to take Eevee out, and then I got Steel Roller. So there's no terrain in the field, so Steel Roller is going to obviously, not work there. And now Eevee's going to go for a Hyper Voice, and it's going to take me out with the Hyper Voice there. So it's a special Eevee critting step. Now, the next Pokemon I'm going to bring in is my own Marowak here. This is a Stomping Change from Fissure Set. Then I'm like, you know what? I want to land Fissure because I missed Fissure before, so it would only feel right in my mind if I finally land one right. So Hyper Voice is actually going to hit me fairly hard considering it's coming from an Eevee, and then Eevee is going to drop real quick into the center of the earth there, and bye-bye Eevee. So at least you people got to see a Fissure being used eventually, right? Now, the next Pokemon here is Steelix. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Because against Steelix, if it does have Sturdy, I'll know straight away. And it doesn't because it missed, because Sturdy would come up. So this is definitely running a Sheer Force Steelix with Steel Beam. And that hits me very, very hard there. And Marowak is going to go down there. Steelix is going to expend a lot of health there, but man, it destroyed my Marowak. Next Pokemon here is my Cubone. Now this has Focus Sash, so I thought I may as well make use of my Focus Sash here. Let's just go for Icy Wind right on the Steelix. And Steelix hopefully will use Steel Beam again and just, KO itself with the Steel Beam right. I love shiny Steelix. It looks so good there. So Steelix is going to be firing off another big beam against my Cubone. Cubone's got that Focus Sash, and the Steelix is going to be going down to the recoil damage. So bye-bye Special Steelix. I love that little addition on the Steelix side, actually learning Steel Beam, right? Now, the next Pokemon here is the Cramorant. I love Cramorant so much. Now, Cramorant is going to be using Surf here, and Surf is going to activate its, obviously, its Gulp Missile ability. So it's going to have the little Arrokuda in its mouth, right? So it's going to be able to fire that Fishy off at will. Now, the next Pokemon I thought about using here would be Marowak, right? Because this is bad. This is real bad. This thing can absolutely dominate my entire team with one water move. So I'm thinking, okay, I can't Belly Drum, no way, Jose. But I can go for Dynamax here, and I can drop that Cramorant, hopefully there by going for the Max Rock Bomb. So go for the Desperation Dynamax Marowak, because I got it. This thing's going to sweep my whole team. And we're going to go for that move right. Now, I know if I do take the Cramorant, I will get hit by that little, Barracuda in its mouth there. But it's not going to do too much damage there. So here comes the Surf. It's a good thing I went for Dynamax because I would have got dropped real quick there. And the Citrus Berry is going to come into effect. They're giving me a little bit of extra health there with Dynamax, right? So here we go. Let's go for the Max Rockfall. And this will be really nice there. So dropping Stone Journer's cousin once again on top of Cramorant. And Cramorant has no sash there. And it's going to be going down in one shot, which is very, very good. Now, since its Gulp Missile is in effect, that little Fishy, right? Wait a sec. It hit me on the end of the nose. It hit me right on the end of the nose. If you miss that, you go back and slow-mo it, like Marowak gets hit right on the end of its, nose. That was amazing. Next Pokemon here is the Delibird, and its shine looks actually quite good in shine. Now, I wonder what Delibird's got in its sack for Christmas, right? I've got Max Rockfall, which will absolutely dominate this thing. However, I know that Delibird will be able to outspeed me, right? Because I don't have any +1s in speed. And Marowak, my friends, is not a very fast Pokemon. So I know it's possibly going to go for, an Ice-type move there. the salt will be falling and my sand won't be falling anymore. So at least I can go for Max Guard, get some damage on the, the Delibird. If it's got a Focus Sash, the Sash will go right. But I wasn't really sure what item I had. But just in case, it's like, let's go for that. Let's stall out that first turn of Dynamax. Their second turn of Dynamax, I might be able to go for a double Scumbag Max Guard and then maybe attack them afterwards and stall all 3 of their turns out. That was my thought process here because I was going to get outsped, either way by the Delibird run. So I went for the double Max Guard, and unfortunately for me, it's going to fail. And here comes the, obviously, the Ice-type move, and Marowak is most certainly going to go down to that. Now, I'm not really sure if this is a Hustle Delibird, but I know that it's going to hit very, very powerful, right? So, bye-bye Marowak. I still have, I've still got both my Alola Marowaks. It's kind of funny how I lost Cubone Marowak than Cubone Marowak. Interesting, I did only just notice that to now. So going into my Alola Marowak, this is the choice specs one. So I can go for Fire Blast here. That'll be kind of nice. So we got the Delibird going for the max Airstream there. Doesn't do a lot of damage to Marowak, but I am running max health there. So I'm able to tank that one fairly well right there. So go for the Fire Blast. It lands, and Delibird gets absolutely roasted there. Taking the Dynamax Delibird out in one shot, which is very, very good. I mean, Delibird isn't what you call the most bulkiest Pokemon in the world, right? So taking some more salt damage there on the Marowak. And the next Pokemon come out here is the Regieleki. I'm like, okay, Regieleki, what is this going to be? So I thought, I think they're going to go for electric type move. It doesn't have a very, very good move pool there. And they're going to go for the Wild Charge. Now, Marowak takes that one pretty well. This is my bulky defensive set. So I thought, maybe I should go for Toxic here, or maybe I should go for Fire Spin. Like, what should I do here? This is not looking too good. So I've got Leftovers as the item, as you've probably already seen like a couple of times already as I use this Pokemon. I thought that Toxic would probably be the best sort of opportunity to get some stats on it. Some damage on it, because obviously it's using Wild Charge, it's losing health, and the Hail is also doing damage as well. So I'm going to do a little dance here with my Bone, and that's going to be poisoning the Regieleki. So now I know it's going to go for Wild Charge here, right? But, I cannot live the next attack. There wasn't much I could actually do here. Like, all I could pretty much do is go for Rest. Like, say I swapped it into the Wild Charge, I could go for Rest again and maybe chance maybe chance minimum damage, but I'm glad I got the poison up anyway. So here comes another Wild Charge from the Regieleki there. It doesn't get very many physical moves either. It's kind of like a very barren. It does get extreme speed though, which is very handy on such a slow Pokemon like Regieleki, right? Now, the next Pokemon I've got, or the last Pokemon I got, and the last Pokemon is the Marowak Alola. Now, I've got to take out this. I'm not sure whether I can live a Wild Charge though, because this isn't really that bulky. So here comes a Wild Charge, and unfortunately, Marowak is not going to be living that one. And Regieleki is going to get the dub there with the physical set and still live after all that toxic and recoil damage. Thank you for the Battle Dark. Some very cool sets there. Hope you enjoyed this, people. Peace out.